Hi everyone, welcome back to Keeping Up with Qrew. If this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. Go ahead and press the subscribe button and join Qrew's crew. Why should you join Qrew's crew? Because there's content for everyone on this channel and I promise you, you will not regret pressing the subscribe button, okay? So go ahead and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And if you are already a part of Qrew's crew, what's up family? Let's get into today's video. For today's video, we are going to be doing a 30 years later video. In this video, I'm going to share with you some lessons that I learned from my mom. I'm going to share with you the type of person that my mom was, and I'm going to just remember who she was and the role that she played in my life and how she impacted me and helped me to be the woman that I am today. Okay, so starting off, we have number one. Number one, I wrote forgive quickly, forgive freely. So that is the first lesson that I learned from my mom, forgive freely. And I'm going to be including some Bible verses to go with some of these lessons. So I have Matthew chapter 18, verses 21 through 22, Luke chapter 6, verse 37, Luke chapter 23, verse 34, Mark chapter 11, verse 26, and Matthew chapter 6, verse 14. The first lesson that my mom taught me was to forgive freely. She forgave everyone who hurt her. She forgave those who wronged her, those who mistreated her, those who despitefully used her. She was so quick to forgive. Jesus showed us the ultimate example of what it means to forgive. And when we forgive others, we can walk in the forgiveness that God has for us. And so the fact that she was able to forgive freely, it's such an inspiring thing, and it's something that is really important to me because I haven't always been quick to forgive others. And so when I reflect on my mom, I can be like, you know what, my mom forgave this person despite what they did to her. And ultimately, Jesus Christ, he's the greatest example of what it is to forgive freely, forgive quickly, because all that we have done, he still loves us. He still chose to die for us. He still chose to pay a debt that we could never pay. And so when I take my time forgiving people, I got to snap out of that and I got to be like, you know what? No, let me be quick to forgive this person because Jesus was quick to forgive me despite all of my transgressions. And so, yeah, the first lesson is to forgive freely. Number two, give generously. So some Bible verses that I have for give generously are Proverbs chapter 31, verse 20, Proverbs chapter 25, verse 21, 2 Corinthians chapter 9, and Proverbs chapter 19, verse 17. My mom was someone who gave generously to others, and that is something that is extremely important because when we give to others, we will be rewarded. Our heavenly reward will be greater than any earthly reward. And so we are to give generously. We are to give generously because everything that we have came from God, our Father, the giver of good and perfect gifts. And so we are to share with others the things that he has given us and the gifts and talents that he has placed within us. We are to give those things generously and know that we are going to be rewarded and know that it's not only going to benefit them, but it's going to benefit us as well. Lesson number three is to celebrate others. So my mom was someone who always celebrated other people. She celebrated their accomplishments, she celebrated all of their wins, right? So she was someone who would have a baby shower for a coworker that just started working at her job. For example, this lady was only working at her job for 2 weeks. We went shopping for this lady that she only knew for 2 weeks. We went shopping and she filled up the shopping cart. I kid you not, if I had video proof to show you, but she literally filled up an entire shopping cart with baby stuff for this person that she just met 2 weeks ago. And that's just the type of person that my mom was. She had a heart that was just so incredibly soft and filled with love. The love of God was in her. My mom knew that she wanted to be a blessing to this new mother. She knew that she wanted to be of help to her, right? And so she filled up the shopping cart with baby clothes, baby food, diapers, Pampers, all the newborn essentials. She knew what to get because she is a mama. Right? So she knew what to get because she had 2 children. And so she really went all out for that lady. And that was so inspiring to me because it's like, it doesn't matter how long you knew somebody. It doesn't matter if you just met somebody for one day, but if it's in your heart and if it's in your ability to help someone, help them. Also, she had men's mental health awareness at her job because she wanted to focus on the men. She wanted to celebrate. She wanted them to know that they were seen. She wanted them to know that they were heard and that they were cared for and that they were so loved. Right? She bought stuff for the men. She bought them gifts. She bought decorations for this event out of her own pockets, right? And that was only because of the love of God in her, right? And so those are just some examples of how she celebrates others. Number 4, travel often. This is the 4th lesson, travel often. She emphasized the importance of exploring the world and just taking in God's creation and appreciating all the beauty that's in this world, because God is the one who made everything beautiful that's in this world. And so we should travel as much as we can. We should live life as much as we can. We should enjoy life to the fullest, right? And so she taught me the importance of traveling often, and that's something that I want to get back into, traveling more and going into new cities and countries and places that I've never been, safely, of course, and under God's direction and His will. I'm not going to just be going any and everywhere, but I definitely want to travel more because that's something that she taught me. Number 5, prayer. She taught me the importance of going to God always. I wrote, did you pray about it? Because that's something that she would always ask me if I went to her and I was like, Mom, I don't know what class I should take. I don't know what I should major in. I don't know what blah, 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 blah. She would say, did you pray about it? And so that just taught me, like, go to God for everything. It doesn't matter if you're asking, what should I wear? It doesn't matter what it is, but go to God about it because He has the answer. And He wants us to come to Him with the big things and the small things. I wrote that whenever we would enter into the new year, we would always enter it praying. So we would start praying, for example, at 11 p.m., and we would enter into the new year in prayer. I also wrote that we would not drive the car until we prayed. So we wouldn't leave the driveway until we prayed. We always pray. Like, we pray before we eat, we pray before we drive, before we go anywhere, before we get on the plane, before we do anything, we pray. Pray, 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 because God answers prayers. Number 7, I wrote, never stop learning. She taught me the importance of higher education. It's never too late to get your education. It's never too late to pursue a higher education. Just go after the things that you know have been put on your heart to do. Okay? Never stop learning. We are never too old to stop learning. It's always important to be a teachable person. If you like it, that's what matters. Example, when I first used hair color wax in my hair, I used blue, right? The bodacious blue color. And I was like, do you like it? And she was like, if you like it, that's what matters. Hair color wax is just an example of the lesson of if you like it, that's what matters. If you like it and it's not going against God's plan for your life, then that's what matters, right? God's plans and His will for your life is number 1. But if it's not harming you, if it's not going against God's plan, if you like it, that's what matters. Next up, right? We have safety. So safety is number 9. Safety is something that she taught me. It's very important to stay alert. It's important to check license plates. It's important to know car information, to know if this car is up to date, to know if they have all the proper documentation. Don't just get into people's car without knowing everything you need to know. You need to know all the details, okay? If they get pulled over and you're in the car with them and they have some sort of substance or anything illegal, then you will get arrested as well. And so she taught me the importance of knowing who I'm getting in the car with, knowing the details of their car. Do they have insurance? Do they have da 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 da, you know? So she taught me the importance of safety. And even with like getting in an Uber, make sure you check the license plate, make sure you check everything out that you can before you get into that car. She didn't force me to do a specific career, extracurricular activities, or a specific field. So that's a lesson that I learned from my mom. Like, you don't have to force your child to do something. You don't have to be like, you have to be a doctor, you have to be a lawyer. Like, no, let your child learn and be led by the Lord. That's another important thing when it comes to parenting. Ask God, how do you want me to raise this child? What type of activities do you think this child should be involved in? All right, next up, number 11, be a peacemaker. Matthew chapter 5, verse 9, Amplified Bible says, blessed, spiritually calm, with life joy, and God's favor are the makers and maintainers of peace, for they will express His character and be called the sons of God. So I know for a fact that my mom is called a child of God. I know for a fact that she walked in peace and she pursued peace with others. She sought to maintain peace and make peace with others. She was the type of person that would bring two differing parties together, parties that would not be together, and she would join them together so that there would be peace. If you were having a dispute or a disagreement with someone, she would be that mediator, the one who would stand in the middle to join these two parties together. She would be the one to just remind you of the good in that person, right? And to give that person a chance. Number 12, I wrote going to church every Sunday. So some Bible verses that go with this lesson is Psalm 133:1 and Psalm 134:2. So every Sunday we would go to church. After church, we would go out to eat sometimes. We would go to the mall. But the number one thing was go to church every Sunday. It's important to have that relationship with God. It's important to be in fellowship with other believers. It's important to be given that accountability. There's nothing like being in God's house. Like, you can watch service online, but it's completely different when you're in his house, lifting up your hands, worshiping him, singing praises unto him, giving him thanks with other believers, with the rest of the body of Christ. It's nothing like it. And so it's very important to go to church every Sunday, and that's something that she taught me, and that's something that I'm going to continue to do and pass down to my children. Coming in at number 13, I wrote that she taught me the importance of check-ins. So when I was in elementary school, she would randomly check my phone to see who I'm communicating with, who I'm talking to at like 2 o'clock in the morning, who I'm following on Facebook, what I'm up to. She would check my phone randomly. Like, there would be no way to know when she's going to just take my phone and start going through it. And one time I was following this boy on Facebook who was in 8th grade, and I was in 5th or 6th grade at the time. And she was like, "Why are you following this boy? You guys aren't even in the same class. What do you have in common with him? Like, what do you need to be following him for?" And so I had to unfollow him. And some people would feel like that's so restrictive. Like, she's so strict. Why would she make you unfollow him? But like, no, when you think about it, as a parent, she was just being protective. And I think that that's so smart, to just stay on top of what your child is doing. Go through your child's electronics, check your child's phone, check your child's tablets, their iPads. Be on top of what your child is up to. So number 14, no sleepovers unless she met both parents, right? And if it was just a single mom, then she has to have known the mom. She has to have had conversations with her. She has to know what the mom does for work, stuff like that. I wasn't sleeping at Sarah, Susan, Jessica, Amanda's house. It was none of that, okay? I probably had about 3 sleepovers. I can count on one hand how many sleepovers I had with people that I went to school with, because she wasn't playing that, okay? And I am so grateful, because you hear so many stories of people who have experienced so many negative situations because they went to somebody else's house. And I'm grateful to God that I didn't experience any of those situations. No sleepovers unless she knows the parents. And sometimes even when you know the person, you think you know them, but you really don't know them. So I'm grateful to God for keeping me safe, even when I had those sleepovers. Number 15, she taught me the importance of seeking the Lord first. Example, provision. So I went to private school my whole life. I went to Catholic school, elementary school, high school, and in college. And so she taught me the importance of seeking the Lord for provision. He made a way for me to be able to go to private school my whole life. He made a way for me to have the funds to be able to go to school, to get my education. God made a way for us to have everything that we had. He made a way for her to be able to pay for my schooling. She was able to pay for everything that we needed, a place to live, her car, everything. God is our provider. And so seek the Lord for everything. So I put for provision, for bills. She literally had to pay for my whole academic schooling, right? And she still needed to pay bills, mortgage, every like type of bill you could think of. She still had to pay for that, and she had to take care of my brother. So the fact that she was able to do all of that and still have finances, it's only because of God. It's only by his grace and his kindness. His provision is incredible. Number 16, don't be so quick to cut people off. Okay. This one goes with the forgiving freely, being quick to forgive, because growing up, I was very quick to cut people off for a very long time, actually. It wasn't until I got to my 20s that I was like, okay, maybe I should stop being so quick to cut people off. But it's because, like, I just feel like people should know better. They should know better. And if I tell you I don't like something and then you keep doing it, then like, I don't need to keep you around, right? But she would be like, you don't have to be so quick to cut people off. Give them another opportunity. Just let them know how you feel. People aren't mind readers. Like, so yeah. She taught me not to be so quick to cut people off. Number 17 is go places. So that is very similar to travel, which was number 4, but going places, you can go places in your city. And so she taught me the importance of going to different places, such as Broadway shows, basketball games, baseball games. Like, she really opened my eyes to different sports. I was able to go to my first baseball games with her, my first basketball games with her. Like, everything that I did for my first time was with her for the most part. Like, so many firsts were with my mom. And so she really emphasized the importance of going places, trying new things, going to concerts, going to book clubs. Like, if you're interested in something, go see how it is. You don't have to wait for people to go with you, but go places, go. All right, number 18, she taught me the importance of tithing and financial wisdom. So it's very important to save, and it's important to give God back what he gave us. God tells us to give, and it shall be given, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, right? He tells us that we are to tithe in his word. And so she taught me the importance of tithing at a very young age, and she taught me to be wise. It's very important to save. Don't spend your money as soon as you get it, but you have to have money to the side for emergencies. She taught me that financial wisdom is if you don't have it at the time, then you don't need to be buying it. For example, if you know that you're not going to have the finances for that specific item, say it's like a luxury expensive item, right? If you're not going to have the finances for that item within the next 2 weeks, then you don't need to buy it. So she just taught me to just use a lot of wisdom when it comes to making big purchases, even small purchases. And she taught me the importance of investing in God's kingdom. So yeah, tithing and financial wisdom. Next up, number 19, perseverance. She taught me the importance of perseverance. She didn't stop working. She didn't stop pursuing her higher education. She raised me, and she committed to being an amazing mom. She put in so many hours, so much overtime. She was an incredible mom and so hardworking, and she persevered throughout her entire life. And next up, number 20, quality time. So quality time is something that means a lot to me. That is one of the ways that I show my love. I feel like when I spend time with someone, I really like to look them in the eyes and listen to them when they speak, and watch movies with them, and read books with them, and do, different things. So quality time is something that we enjoy doing together. Like, we would go out to eat together, we would go shopping together, we would go painting with a twist together, we would watch TV shows together. And I'm super loyal when it comes to TV shows, and I feel like my mom was she was good with that, because some people they'll start a show with you, but then they'll keep watching it without you. But my mom, she wouldn't watch shows without me. And I like that, because that's how I am. Like, if I start a show with you, I'm going to keep watching it with you. I'm not going to watch it without you, because we started it together. Number 21, making all people feel seen and special. So I wrote that she spread sunshine in every life that she encountered. She spread sunshine in everyone that she met. She made everyone that she met feel special. She made everyone that she worked with feel special. Everyone that she went to school with, everyone that she met on the street. She somehow found a way to make everyone feel special. Like, what? How many people do you know calls everyone in their entire contact list? She somehow called everyone in her contact list. Everyone who talked to her, they said that she made them feel so special, and how she always found time to communicate with them and make them feel seen. Number 22 says, take care of your health. So she always emphasized the importance of going to the doctor when you need to go. If I would get hurt, she'd be like, do you want to go to the hospital? And I would be like, no, I don't want to go to the hospital. Like, if something happens, like if I passed out in the shower, that actually has happened. She's like, do you want to go to the hospital? So yeah, just prioritizing your health. And definitely when it comes to my eyesight, she always would be like, stay on top of that. When you need new glasses, get new glasses. Like, money should never be a reason why you don't stay on top of your health. So that's something that she taught me. Number 23, always use the restroom when you first wake up before you leave the house. This is something that may sound silly to some people, but she really taught me the importance of using the restroom every time you get up. Like, when you get up, it's a new day. Say you wake up at 6 a.m., you better go to the bathroom before you leave the house, because you never know if you're going to be stuck in traffic. You never know what could happen. So it's important to use the bathroom when you first wake up. Let it all out, let it all out. Always use the bathroom before you leave the house. Number 24, never look down on anyone. She talked about how people could just be one paycheck away from being homeless. And so never look down on anyone. Always try to be of help, of service to other people. Also, it's important not to look down on people, because you don't know their story. You don't know what they went through. You don't know the different obstacles that they had to overcome in life. You don't know. And yeah, so just don't look down on people. Number 25, I wrote, experiences, memories are more important than things. So it's more important to make memories with those you love. It's more important to try new things and have new experiences. Number 26, live like you are a follower of Christ. Let how you live speak for you. This one is totally her, to the T. She truly lived like she belonged to Christ. She truly lived like she folled after him. Life was proof. Her life was the fruit. Her life was the evidence that she was not like others. She was walking in the light. So live like you are a follower of Christ. Live like you belong to Jesus Christ. Your actions will be the proof. Some people may not ever open up a Bible, but when they see a true follower of Christ, they will want to be changed. They will want to live for God. They will want to accept Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior. And so live like you are a follower of Christ, and your life will speak for itself. Number 27, she listened, and when she spoke, her words were wise. Proverbs chapter 31, verse 26, and Psalm 49, verse 3. So when she would speak, her words were wise, and she was an attentive listener, right? So it's very important that when other people speak, listen. And when it's time for you to respond, let the words that come out of your mouth be wisdom. Let it be wise words. Let it be edifying words. Let it be words that are of blessing, words that speak life. Next up, number 28. I wrote that she had the mind of Christ. She walked as he walked. So Philippians chapter 2, verse 5 and 1 John chapter 2, verse 6. She had the mind of Christ and she walked as he walked. It goes along with live like you are a follower of Christ. So I might just combine those two, put those two together. Next up, number 29, be yourself, the person, woman, God made you to be. Don't shrink or hide yourself. Be who God made you to be. She instilled that in me. Don't try to be someone else. Don't try to be like your classmates. Don't try to be like your coworkers, but be yourself. Be who God made you to be, and don't shrink back. Be bold and just walk in who he called you to be. Next up, number 30, present and approachable. So she was someone who was present and someone who was very approachable. She was someone that you would be comfortable talking to her about anything, like anything. A lot of people say that parents and children, they're not friends, and so there should be no confusion for that. Like people shouldn't try to be one of their little friends, right? But my mom, she really showed how you can be your child's friend but still be that mother. Like she didn't play that. She was not one of my little friends, but she was my best friend. I don't know how to put it into words. Like I knew not to play with her, not to ever be disrespectful towards my mom, but I also knew that I could talk to her about anything. I could literally come to her with anything that was on my mind, weighing on me. I could come to her and know that she would listen to me and she would give me advice, and she was approachable in that way. Like she literally was my best friend, and some people may have a hard time understanding that, like how could your mom be your best friend? But she really was my best friend. Luke chapter 12. I wrote this because she was a good steward of the things that God entrusted to her, and she used her financial blessings that God gave her, and she used those blessings because she didn't want people to not be able to experience certain things, to not be able to go certain places. She thought about other people. She didn't want money to be the reason why people couldn't experience new things. She didn't want money to be the reason why people couldn't go out to eat. Like if someone was hungry, if we're having a family gathering and someone doesn't have money that week, right? She's like, you're coming with me, you're coming with us, and I got you. Like money was never an issue. Like if you want to go with us, just say that and I will pay. Like she literally used everything that the Lord gave her to be a blessing to others. Some people took advantage of that, but it's not up to her what other people do. It's only up to her to do what God tells her to do and to be generous with the things that he has given her. Next up, protective. So I talked a little bit about the protectiveness, like checking my phone randomly when it comes to getting into cars, just being safe and wise. But I wrote that she was protective and she wanted to stay in communication with me. For example, she wanted me to call her or text her when I was leaving somewhere or when I was arriving somewhere. If I was taking a flight to come to Florida from New York, she would want me to tell her when I got through check-in, when I got through security, when I got on the plane, when I landed, when I got to my destination. Like, just check in, just being protective. Just let me know where you are. Let me know what you're up to. Let me know that you're safe. Along with being protective, she would want me to share when I would get in a Lyft or Uber, I would share that information with her, like the name of my driver, the type of car the driver has, the license plate number, like all the things. Share the location. She was keeping track of where I was, and it wasn't to be nosy. It wasn't to be a helicopter parent. It was for my safety. Like, thank you, God, for a parent who protected me, a parent who cared about my well-being. That she trusted me, right? And so people would tell her, there's no way that your daughter isn't doing X, Y, and Z. She surely has to be doing that because that's what all the kids her age are doing, right? But she didn't believe them because she knew who she raised me to be. She knew who I was. She knew her daughter. And so when people would be like, surely she's out drinking, surely she's dating somebody, surely she's having intercourse, surely she's doing X, Y, and Z, she's like, no, she's really not doing that. Because number one, she knew that, what was I up to? I was watching Disney Channel. I was listening to Justin Bieber. I had no desire to be doing those things that people were saying that I was doing because other people my age were doing it. She knew that that wasn't of interest to me. And so when people would say that, she's like, no, you don't know my daughter. She's literally not who you think she is. And finally, I wrote punctuality. So she taught me the importance of being punctual. She taught me the importance of being on time. She taught me the importance of being prompt, attending appointments on time, submitting assignments on time. She taught me the importance of arriving to the airport at least 3 hours early. I know that might be extreme for some people. Some people got to be like 20 minutes before their plane takes off. But no, we would get to the airport at least 3 hours early. Also, leave early. She told me the importance of leaving early because you never know if there's going to be a lot of traffic, and you don't want to be mad at everybody because you're stuck in traffic. You don't want to be like, no, you should have just left early, you know? And sometimes you could leave early and then you still end up being late because, for example, if you're on the 6 train and the train stops working and then you have to wait for another train to come, and then you're like, oh man, I woke up early and everything. You know, sometimes that happens. But for the most part, if you leave earlier than you need to, it'll be for your benefit. Be considerate of other people. It's very important. Also, when it comes to deadlines, try to submit it before it's actually due. That way you can have the rest of the time to relax. You don't have to be stressed out and anxious trying to figure out, oh, I got to get this uploaded at a certain time when it's already done. That is my list of 30 reasons why I had the most amazing mom. 30 reasons why I am so grateful to. When I think about the fact that God really saw fit for me to be her child and the time that we had together, like, she literally was such an incredible woman, such an incredible mother, such an incredible person. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Like, I could have been someone else's daughter, but God chose me to be her daughter. And I don't even have the words for that. And so sometimes people, they blame God when their loved ones pass away. But I thank God for having the time that I had with her. I thank God for blessing me with an incredible mother. Like, she literally was so incredible. So that is my 30 years later video. That is the 30 things that I learned from my mom. That is the 30 ways that my mom impacted my life. That is some ways that I am still learning to grow. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Go ahead and press the subscribe button. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.